the gap between episodes 6, Return of the Jedi, and 7, The Force Awakens, we are here discussing Marvel Comics' Poe Dameron, issue number 1. On the heels of the Canon series that was discontinued, Marvel brings us our new, ongoing series featuring the Star X-Wing pilot from The Force Awakens, Poe Dameron, and everyone's new favorite astromech, BB-8. Like many Star Wars stories, we begin in the middle of the action, as Poe and BB-8 have flown into the caverns of a mountain. BB-8 manages to scan the area to give Poe a guide map that will help him navigate the narrow path, but proximity mines and a closing blast door are just some of the obstacles that have been put in the way of his success. We are then taken back, prior to the mission he is currently on, to discover what is actually going on. Poe is at the Resistance base in Dakar, discussing the challenges of the First Order. In this conversation, we find that some time has passed between his early fights against the First Order, seeming to reference the events of Grog Rekka's Before the Awakening, when Poe was first brought into the Resistance. Leia has learned that the First Order is looking for her brother, Luke Skywalker. When Poe inquires as to his location, she says that she doesn't know, but she knows someone who does, Lor San Tekka. While Lor San Tekka was presumed dead, a recent holo intercepted shows him to be very much alive. Lor San Tekka is a famed explorer of Jedi ruins. Leia is trusting this task to Poe as he does what needs to be done to get the job done. Leia authorizes Poe to assemble a small team of fighter pilots to back him up in the event that he runs into any sort of trouble. His assembled team consists of Snap Wexley, the same as from Chuck Wendig's Aftermath series and also features in The Force Awakens, Kari Kun, seen previously in Greg Rucka's Before the Awakening, Lulo, who appeared in both Before the Awakening and Marvel's Shattered Empire comics, Jess Pava, who has been mentioned in all of these stories, as well as the prelude and epilogue of The Weapon of a Jedi. And finally, their mechanic, Adi Muva, who is the only member of this team who has not appeared in a previous story. Poe tells them all that they are on a classified mission, which leads Lulo to tout his long service to Leia, thinking that this would earn him a little bit of trust. Through this exchange, we learn that Snap fought at the Battle of Jakku, which may be a tidbit for Wendig's Empire's End. We may actually see Wexley fight in this famed battle. Fast forward back to the present, Poe has ended up in a chamber with a large egg in the middle. While he was radioing back to his squad flying above the cavernous landscape, Poe's comlink was shot right out of his hand by the residents of these caves. Poe declares he comes peacefully and lowers his weapons. He tells them he's looking for someone, and when BB-8 displays the holo, they instantly recognize the Explorer. They tell Poe that he left long ago, but, even if they did know where he went, the Elder in the group does not know Poe enough to trust him with that information. They call themselves the Krish, who claim their purpose is to protect and nurture the large egg in the center of the cavern. They feel that its presence guides their lives in some way, and that it contains the unborn savior. BB-8 has noticed an unusual signal, so while Poe is discussing matters with the Krish, BB-8 goes searching. He finds the device hidden in his X-Wing. Poe tries to warn everyone, but they mistake the device in his hand for a detonator, and they are ordered to take him down to protect the egg. Once Poe regains control of the situation, he explains that he has been tricked, and people who will harm their egg are likely on the way. He begs to be able to signal his friends flying above the surface to warn them so that they can protect them from what is to come. Poe signals to his pilots, letting them know that he is okay. He warns them to be on the lookout for the First Order, but, to their surprise, the First Order has already arrived, and its stormtroopers are heading down into the cavern. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to keep up with all the insight and analysis found here at Star Wars The Canon Explained. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Leave your comments and questions about this story or any elements of the Star Wars canon below. Till next time, may the Force be with you.